situational defense against someone really
Fast.
super fast or
Yeah.
something. But generally, I like being back here, ready to throw a
Yeah,
shot.
ready to throw. Yeah, but I feel ready to throw here. So like I don't
Yeah.
know. I tried fighting without it, and it doesn't work for me. My brain doesn't do it. I instantly this feels safe. You know.
Yeah.
Why aren't they hitting?
I'm sorry, I was watching the camera.
It looked like his hand position is like this as opposed to that. Like it looks like it's like
I was probably a little off.
okay.
Lose that power.
Yeah, he didn't look like he's striking into the body.
Yeah. Had enough on it.
Because I'm like, it's hitting, but there's just no power transfer. So I'm like this, and I have my foot pulled this way. What part of my body? Get lateral or sometimes you don't know what that's pretty difficult. That's what you want to do. Okay. If I move, what am I going to teach? And so that's one of the drills that I need to take into therapy with us. Sorry. That's okay. You're brute.
I can't tell you how often it is to watch them do that to like the 400-pound dude.
Oh hell yeah.
You laugh so hard.
Sorry.
Love it. Love it.
Good thing I didn't lose my cool.
Yeah, see, Michelle, you hit her clean right in the brow. And
I know.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, light and then followed by a little harder, but not hard enough. You hit her twice.
It's especially out of hell. I'm pushing now.
I missed this. What do you call it? Fighting?
Fighting? Yeah.
Thanks.
Your class up this way.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
That was beautiful. I was 1 inch above the knee. Perfect.
I think your rack was like right above my butt.
That is the way.
So I feel like I can't find my feet. I'm not moving very well. And instead of fighting, I'm trying to make certain things happen. And maybe I shouldn't be doing that. That's how I feel.
What did you do good with that?
I feel like I'm more confident in what I'm throwing. I was not confident at all at Crown. Crown really sucked. That's how I feel.
Your leg shot on me was awesome. It was 1 inch above the knee. It was perfect, no question. Had a nice thing on it. It was great.
It was fast, crisp, right under the edge of his
Yeah,
shield.
and I thought I had it. So I mean, that was beautiful.
Yeah, when I move laterally, I can make it work. But I'm not moving laterally when I'm trying to make things happen. happen.
Yeah, fair enough. When you stepped in on me, normally you smother me and you're right in my face. You were far enough away that I was able to both wrap you and stab you.
I have to tell you, I'm never going to tell you to stab me harder, but that stab really wasn't good. It
No,
kind of
I'm
came
surprised
off
you
to
took
the
it.
side.
I didn't. I'm
Okay.
surprised you took it. That's
All
why
right.
I was like, you hit me in the leg. Let's go. You know, like, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what I was doing. What I was doing actually is I wanted to try that side stab, but I
Oh.
couldn't get up the confidence to try it on
That
you.
makes sense because usually when you stuff me like that, you stuff me, right? And you sort of half did it.
You're probably not the person to try that.
Stab your squire. That's what we're for.
Yeah, I hit you like this instead of
No,
like
but
that.
you're absolutely 100%. Like,
Yeah.
You didn't let me get away with anything. You know, like you really, you made me work for everything I threw, and if I threw badly, you didn't take it, and calibrated it right on spot.
I want you to know I feel bad when I don't take your stuff. I'm
No,
like,
no,
well, he got it through,
It's
but
perfectly fine. You know,
Okay.
I need to throw things that people will take in tournaments, and that's, you know, sometimes.
rationally I know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when it's more than once.
The only you know, advice I generally feel like I give a really superior fighter is, you know, every time when people fight left-handed people, there's always maybe just ablates 10% of your overall effect, just because you have to think about things a little bit more. You know, like obviously you were having to consider just that quarter second more on everything. So because the angles and because the shield is in a weird place and stuff, it wrong foots you just ever so slightly.
Can I say what I think I do bad against lefties? Is I think I look for regular lefty patterns, and I know that you're going to throw the wrap and then try to come up over. And what I'm going to do is stuff the wrap and then try to get over before you or right after you
Yeah.
and time you. And that's how I got you. And it wasn't because I saw the opening.
Right.
It was because I anticipated it, and that's not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way I want to fight. So,
Oh,
so that you're 100%.
I always like fighting you because I always feel like you're taking me apart, like mentally. It's just like you're figuring me out. But that makes me think about what I'm doing a little bit more, and it's a little bit of a like, well, if I do this predictable thing, she'll have my number, so I should maybe be a bit more cognizant of my own patterns.
That is awesome, actually.
But I could definitely feel today that you weren't in killer mode necessarily. Which is fine. We can't all be in killer mode every practice, right? Like, but it's always a pleasure to just get taken apart by you.
The thing that you were doing, and this is more like compared to yesterday, is yesterday you were doing the thing where your shield seemed to be, like I saw a lot of your body, and your shield seemed disconnected from it. It looked much more together today. Like I know you're not happy with that, but your shield and you, that looked more like what I'm used to seeing, and I saw a lot less. I mean, I didn't hit those targets yesterday, but I could see them. Today I couldn't see them. Like, so you definitely had adjusted that where your body and your shield are working more collaboratively. So I know.
I can feel that.
Good. Yeah, you looked distinctly different today. Your press on me felt different today, and I don't know if you were just being nice, but there were things where I'm like, I'm open and I don't want to target. And so if you're choosing that, that's fine. But like I felt like you were making, you were doing sort of like your power shot and you're sort of punching in your purpose and you're open and so if you're doing them differently, that's fine. But it felt different, like you're targeting and your strike stuff.
You're right. I know that on the A-frame I can hook backhand, and so I'm really trying to time the slot on you, and that's why I kept throwing it, because I was trying to time it right so that I would get enough contact, because it's hitting, but there's not enough contact because you're shutting down, or trying to get that thrust, and I'm just totally not confident with that thrust yet. So I was. There were two things I wanted to try, and those were the only two things I was concentrating on.
Okay.
It's gonna sound weird, but I feel like her helmet is very conducive to slipping the slot when you do that, because it looks like you hit here, but all it takes is that, and it slips.
No, it is true. It's like there's contact on all of those,
Yeah.
and it doesn't
But they're
get
not-
called unless it's short on the
Yeah.
stick, because
Because it can't
otherwise
slip.
it sort of slips and she
Yeah.
clasps it.
Yeah.
But if I'm short on the stick, I'm not giving her anything to clasp,
And it also does. It
and
can't
I'm
slip.
transferring more power, right?
Yeah.
So I figured that out just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, like that doesn't work as well when you do that. So.
And Fiat thinks I'm a thug when I hook backhand. So
Nice.
Is this recording? Because I wasn't going to bring up something I will never drop. She'll shield hook my
he told
sword
me it was
into my, or
unethical.
yeah, I T guard or A guard when I'm on my
I'll never
knees.
forget that. I'm like,
And then she will
unethical.
shield hook my weapon against my shield, holding it while I'm on my knees and I can't really retreat, and then set up a shot for herself.
Yeah.
It's just tacky.
I told him that he just needs to get in a different guard then.
Yeah, you could break away, just lean back or something.
I do also want
Like-
to say I deeply appreciate the fact that you did not take any advantage on my turtle moment. I was trying to get out of the way and I literally knocked
Oh,
myself
well,
over.
I felt bad because even though I wasn't putting all my weight into it, I was definitely controlling you with my shield, and you got off balance, and it didn't feel nice. So,
I felt very silly, but I mostly appreciated not getting punished for making a bad choice because I tried to move my body back from you and I went well past my balance.
oh yes, you did.
Yeah. If I'd had legs, that would have been a great retreat.
If I had done that correctly, I would have moved laterally and taken advantage before you fell, and I didn't even. Yeah. Baby in the middle. All right.
Baby in the middle.
Yeah, you were in kind of trainery mode with some of your fights out there, or just like practicing where you're looking at
Yeah.
doing something.
That's kind of what today's about.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
haven't seen Michelle very often, so.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, and we worked on a bunch of stuff yesterday. Like that's the part of the thing is also that there's stuff we discussed yesterday that like I think both of us are implementing today. So
Definitely.
I get to see her so seldom, so but we're changing it.
It's awesome.
That's why I came down this weekend. I'm like, because I don't know if you've noticed, one of the challenges is that Abigail's Kingdom events are the same weekends as Ontier's Kingdom events now. I mean, it makes sense. There's only so many long weekends,
Yeah.
but it's not helpful for me. It means I just kind of
I think it's all fake Canadian holidays that match American holidays, right?
What I gotta do is find opportunities to come down like this or events that are smaller, so there isn't a conflict. So
Yeah,
yeah. That was a great laugh. Oh, yeah, that was stupid. Can I do that again?
Yeah. To be fair,
Yeah.
you were here and you kept coming here and back.
Yeah.
So I just waited until you went like that, and then I could.
yeah. A little
Well,
TikTok.
that's- What I was doing is I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
And then when it was really out, that's when I was like.
You can't find them.
No idea how that happened. I just landed on my butt.
That wasn't enough.
Oh no, it's. I was shocked you were starting to go down. That was not perfect. Yes, how do you do?
I think I got a spare.
I do even.
I don't mind getting handed. They've done their job. They can honorably retire.
It was a cheap, fast little shot, and I also think that your shield stop like hit your head and your shield. Oh, no, is it? Nope. No,
Oh, did we all think? Oh.
So,
He just killed us
I
all.
was working on having no plan, and the dumb thing was, is at the beginning of every fight, I'm like, I bet I can make this work, which is exactly the whole thing we tried not to do yesterday. So, as soon as I felt myself doing that, I'm like, just fight, man, just fight. And so I felt like when I just fight, I did way better. Like normally this shot isn't open on you, but for whatever reason, when you stepped close, you did that, and I saw it, I hit it. So I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. So that's what I think I did good. I liked also that I set the tempo of the fight. I'm still planting on my fakes though. Fake, you just smoke me right in the leg. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like you're rushing to get to what you think is going to be the shot.
Yeah.
That you don't actually finish the ones that probably could have been the first shot. Like I felt like that with this one, and then there was like something else.
The headshot earlier on.
Yeah, where you're. Don't get me wrong. Like sometimes even when you're rushing through and you're not finishing, they're still hard enough.
They're still good, yeah.
But they're not hitting with authority.
Okay.
They're scraping by because you aren't invested in it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to throw them fast. That's
No,
fair.
well, you're trying to throw them fast, and what it feels like really is that you're trying to hit me so that you can hit whatever you want to hit. And so I mean, it works for you, but I think if you just through the body and not the fight would end quicker.
Yeah.
Could I ask a question of that? Do you feel like it's a setup shot coming rather than an actual kill shot coming at you? Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Like, I don't even think he's in the right range. Like, his stick isn't hitting me
Yeah.
where he intends it to because he never intends that shot to work.
Yep.
He's trying to get my shield over or whatever so
Yeah.
he can throw the headshot. That's what it feels like.
That is what it
That's
is.
how I feel like some of your offside legs are right now, is that it's so devastating that you're not actually committing to it anymore because you know people are going to really commit to blocking it, that you're just rushing through it and you're going for what you think is going to be the next kill shot. And so I don't even have to take a leg because you're not actually hitting it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And that's exactly what I do. I just do a bunch of shots that I throw just to see what your shield does, and then I hit you when you're open. That's what I'm trying to do. But you're right, they should all be kill shots.
Or just, you know, with intent. Like, I feel like, and we all respect that offside leg. And so, you know, what you're doing is working on that. But why don't you just, you know, really make us respect it? You have to block it.
Yeah.
Instead of rushing.
Yeah, in your fight against me, and you even said this, like, you know, I had to think about that snap to the temple because you didn't intend that to kill me. You were going for that nice
Yeah.
thrust. And so there's both good and bad in that combo. I was really admiring how natural the combo felt. Like you didn't even have to think about, you know, A to B to C. Like
Yeah.
your body was just going to do that. You know, but then the downside of that is that you were only thinking, you know, the intentionality was in C in the
Yeah.
thrust rather than A was perfectly good.
Yeah.
And I should have been dead, but it just wasn't at, you know, with as much authority as it could have been.
Yeah, that's right.
I think, yeah, the way you're controlling the tempo and that like, sort of smothering my attempts, absolutely. And I that shot, like, you're right, I'm not usually open there, and you almost never throw that shot on me, but you read it and threw it. And,
Yeah.
and when we were talking yesterday about how you already had a vision of how you're going to kill me, like in that moment, I'm like, you actually looked slightly surprised that you killed me.
Yeah, it never worked.
Well, exactly. But that also means that you didn't throw that shot as a killing blow.
Yeah.
It just and then, like, or you don't usually throw that shot as a killing blow. And I think, like, to what Misty said, is you already sort of decided how I'm going to die. You just need to get there.
Yeah.
And I think that shot was good because that's not what you did, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't have a lot of time to evaluate. When I fight you, it always feels like everything's under threat, which is not something that I feel even against other high-level fighters. You know, that I'll fight some people and I feel like, okay, well I've always got to guard I've always got to guard, I've always got to watch my left side because that's an easy target and stuff. But with you, I'm always have to be conscious of every angle. Like I have to be constantly wary because it can come from anywhere, and that's not something that's something that puts me on my back foot a lot because it's actually not super common for me.
That actually explains something because I noticed when we fight,
I'm
you're
tentative. Yeah, because I'm generally having to think about my guard. You know, like with most people, I can as long as I think about my onside guard pretty well, I can at least see them setting up for an offside attack. I can at least see that when they're going to reach for my shield side leg or try for like a thumb lead, you know, on my guard side. But with you, it's just you go for it, which is yeah, it's tough. And I would just echo what Misty said is that sometimes you throw shots that are obviously leading to something else, and it reduces that sense because it does actually narrow how you're going to approach a little bit. Like I can actually tell if you throw that really quick throwaway shot, it does narrow the cone of possibilities that are going to happen that fast.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
like you can throw this shot really fast, but the shots that you can throw that fast after that shot are less.
Yeah.
Are less of that. So it actually allows me to be a little more comfortable because I at least know that cone of threat has narrowed.
Yeah. You've narrowed the one shot now.
Yeah.
I would love to see you once I bring my back to the offset. It's a long time to make you remember that I can get how close that gap without having to do a big job. So I would think through even if you're just practice. And I don't know if
I get that.
rushing through it is sort of a fake for you. But like, don't even throw it. Like, see what you can get without either throwing it, just shrugging over there,
Yeah.
or just stepping right there on the shrug.
That's fair. I've tried to do that with you and Tim, but I failed. I try to step over and do that and wait for your backhand to counter it. But I usually what ends up happening is I go, ha-ha, I got that block. That's awesome.
But maybe Tim and I are
Maybe you're batting Tim.
because that's what we want.
Yeah. But that's why I'm doing it on purpose. I'm doing it to trigger, right? I want you to throw here. And so by stepping over aggressively, here it comes. I know what it's going to be. But I don't follow up on it. I go, ha-ha, I blocked it.
I see what Misty's saying too, is that like her and Tim are not the people for you to work that mechanic out on, right? It's
Yeah.
like their style. But I mean, that would be 100% especially your reputation on that leg, that would, I'm gonna buy your fake every day and twice on Sunday because if you're not faking, ouch,
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah.
That's fair. Okay, thank you.
You can feel free to disregard that and never do it.
I can know it's something I can practice. Because you're right, I don't fake it. I still throw it, and I usually use it. Like now, I'm throwing it because even if you do block it, you've had to react like hard. So good for me. I've got position now, right? So, but I don't fake it at all.
Do you now I'm totally blank on this. Do you throw fakes much at all?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm like, you do fakes, right? I'm not wrong, right?
Remind me of the
That- you're
offside
showing me.
that you killed Duke
That's
Sean
you?
with back in the day. There was something
Oh,
where.
the same thing. Except I didn't hit his leg. I hit his guts.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So when I
He's
do it,
tall.
yeah, Sean is tall, and he has his shield flared out.
Yeah.
So this, I can actually almost hit his
You
arm.
lit him up and it really surprised him. I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So, yeah, and it's that one because I fake the head. The head is actually just me getting to here so I can hit.
Yeah.
Right.
Your throwing is really good. Your accuracy is really good. The power is really good. Just some of your setups.
Yeah.
Why not just kill people?
Yeah. Oh, I know, absolutely. Yeah. So when that hole is really tight, like when I don't see it as much, that's
Yeah.
when I really like sell this fake because I want the speed of not finishing the shot to hit that leg,
Yeah.
right? So I whack, right, as opposed to like bang,
We got
bang.
a lot of turf up here. Rather than a flat snap, go for a.
I gotta
gotta
get ready.
Change
you know,
things up a
like, I
little
haven't really
bit.
had a chance to
Move
practice
your
for
legs,
West Four,
force
so-
people to move.
so
You
I
know where
gotta-
they're going to
I got a
go.
couple
Put a
pockets
shot
I need to
to.
walk in.
Do like
Yeah. All right, that'd be great.
one do
Because-
bear pit. Nick's gotta leave soon.
Yeah, I gotta get some stuff accomplished.
I'm so sad I can't go down to West. Our kingdom moved our major ward the same weekend.
Oh,
And I
no.
went to the king who did it, and I'm like, what the shit, man? And he goes, you and Arsford are the only one who go down to it. I'm not leaving that long weekend open for you two.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I get it. Just literally, we were the only
Really
people
not
not
special.
Shade.
Yeah, well, the funny thing also is the king that did it is Vic. It's my ex-partner, right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, no offense, but I'm like, no, I get it, man. Like, I wouldn't expect you to do it for anyone. I also would not expect you to do it for me. So like, that's not what I meant. I'm like, yeah. But he's right. Like, I mean, almost nobody from Avatel. Even back when we were actually part of the Launchier, very, very, very few people came down. I mean, it's 27 hours for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I just barely want to do the 8-hour drive.
Yeah.
Like just barely.
What day are you leaving?
Wednesday.
Richard and I are driving together.
Yeah, I thought it was a little weird that they're starting on Tuesday and ending Sunday. Like, I'm like, why don't you just start on Thursday and end Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean, like it's hot. Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of weird.
I don't know. Like, I just think it's
Take
easier to
take
take
advantage
the
of
third
that.
off. You know?
Take advantage of that other day off. You know.
I think we actually get the third off this year.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I'll have to check my work. It's possible I will.
I like how employers are finally like, yeah, work-life balance is something that people like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe that it took us
Makes our employees happy.
for
Yeah.
everybody to go, hey, maybe considering the productivity of our employees.
I'm a day here, so we can actually enjoy the moment.
So are we doing winter hold?
Winter hold,
Or are
yeah.
we gonna do winter hold? Are you going there?
Go ahead.